What's up, begging?
Chill the fuck out, bro. I don't want you guys yelling.
Whoa, bro, change your mood. It's just a game,
Y'all
bro.
ready to get smacked up?
Warby, I'm
Okay.
done with you. Shut the fuck up. God damn, dude.
Boys?
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Warby.
Yo,
But
good luck.
anyways.
Down.
Later.
Alright.
Warby, shut the fuck up or I'm actually gonna kick you from the fucking scrim next time. That's so annoying.
Alright.
Anyways.
Shit.
Good luck.
King, go chat.
Can I start it or?
Yeah, you can start it.
Yeah,
Alright.
start it.
3, 2.
Alright, good luck to y'all. Dude, oh my.
That's a fun lobby, but Alright folks, we are live now. We have Rose Gaming versus Villain Esports. Sorry, I haven't casted at this hour, so I'm not used to this amount of energy really. But third map actually in the best of 3 series. The first 2 were played yesterday actually. Clubhouse, which was Villain's pick, was won by the opposing team of Rose Gaming, and then Rose's pick of Oregon was in a very close battle, admittedly, won by actually by Villain. So we're now on map 3, the Decider, which is Coastline, a very frag-heavy map, which makes for some interesting bans. One, just a quick example, is Maverick here by Rose. You don't normally see a Maverick ban on Coastline. He's usually more reserved for a map such as Oregon, or more notably, Clubhouse. So really, just an odd ban to see on this map, since it's less about heart reach and more about frags. And then Dokkaebi ban. Dokkaebi, very strong for roam clearing, has the logic bomb as well as is able to hack cameras, so might be trying to strengthen Valkyrie cameras by doing that. And then a Kaid ban, interestingly enough, that's even more of a hard reach ban than Maverick is. He's usually reserved for banning on Clubhouse and especially Oregon, since he can be very influential in keeping those hatches closed. But he's banned here on Coastline, which is an interesting choice. You don't normally see that. Alright, and then the final ban being a Vigil ban. I know from experience, actually, that a Vigil is a very strong roamer and could be a target ban, actually, from Rose onto Villain. So they might be trying to actually slow down Villain's ability to do heavy roams by doing that. We'll have to wait and see. Now we're going on to this first round. We'll have to see how the two teams do. Going to Hookah and Billiards will be actually Casper and the rest of Rose. We'll have to see how they decide to set up, but interesting to note here is that neither Blackbeard nor Nomad nor Valkyrie were banned. Those 3 operators are usually banned on this map. Valkyrie, a very strong intel op, has the 3 cameras, which are often, at least one of which is often thrown out every single round. Blackbeard is deadly on this map, has those sight windows. For example, on Hookah you have this Billiards window as well as the Hookah window over here that he can play on. Windows are sort of his heaven, runouts are his hell though, which relates to the third operator of Nomad. Nomad has those air jabs which can be used very effectively to seal off flanks, actually. So the fact that none of those... so the fact that Nomad is not banned means that it's going to be a lot harder for teams to do runouts or flanks in general. But those 3 ops are usually banned on this map, and it's interesting to see that instead of that, these teams have opted for Maverick and Kaid and, to an extent, Dokkaebi. Alright, and now this is looking like an interesting setup. There is an ADS there to cover this little shelving unit, actually, in VIP. I don't know why they're deciding to hold that. It's a bit of a corner, and first kill of the game will come out here as Tempered takes out Dark Paradise. Dark, I believe, new to villain, or trying out, I believe, so might not have as much coordination as is wanted. Now I believe Tempered being droned out, potentially trying to rotate around, but he was actually definitely lit up by that kid, I believe, trying to drone that out now. Throws his drone in and gets immediately sacrificed by the Jaeger of Tempered. Ranks of both teams like average. Both of them are gold to plat teams, Ortiz. I know that both of them have some plat 3s, and the rest of their team are gold, and then there's one silver and Kid as Jaeger. And now Hypnotic trying to circle in, or close in here on Tempered, trying to clear him out using the using that 2x on Zofia to try and get a better angle here. Tempered is about to find some sort of difficulties here, pushing into Penthouse. A minute and a half left. Half of the round has elapsed now, folks. Looking at a potential roam clear attempt by Villain. They're trying to push across the top floor now. They've gained access to main. Don't know if they have anybody watching the flank, though, which could come in handy for later in the round. Actually do believe that would be the Nomad there, as Hypnotic gets another kill onto... gets a first kill trading his teammate for the Tempered one. Now the Valkyrie of Casper is going to be holding down Hall of VIP. Next issue for them, the next thing that they need to clear, and they have a minute left. They have to do, however, with that. Doesn't even matter. Hypnotic gets a double kill onto Casper immediately. Just some silly peeks. Pose taken down there by King, and that's a big pick, especially this late in the game. He still had all 3. Hypnotic cleans the clock of Worthy. It's up to just Tittymon here. In a 1v4, this is not looking so good. Swings Hypnotic, but he gets the kill. And this round will go to Villain. As you see here, Hypnotic just holds the angle. And the 5, don't even remember the name of the weapon, folks, but that AR of Zofia just makes an easy kill and gives Hypnotic the 3K. And gives Villain this early lead. What did I watch? That's an interesting way to put it. I mean, Tempered as Jaeger was trying to hold them off, but unfortunately once he was gone, it sort of just all came falling down there for Rose. Casper swung a stupid angle, if you wanted to use that sort of wording, and got punished for it, which gave actually Villain very easy access to VIP. Then the smoke got caught off guard, lost all 3 of the smoke babes. Worthy as Malusi was caught just standing there, and then just too many numbers, too many things to worry about for the mute of Stretchy. Now, as you see, Rose going to top floor once again, going to Hookah and Billiards. We'll have to see how they decide to re-attempt this side. I know that they've changed who's playing who. Casper now as the Jaeger instead of being a Valkyrie. Tempered is now Smoke, and then Pose as Valkyrie instead of Smoke. I believe that was some sort of error on his part to be picked off that way in the past round, but now I believe a Legion is being brought this time instead of Malusi. I don't know what that's going to be doing. Definitely going to make it more difficult, I'd say, to push for Villain, since they're going to need to deal with those goo mines. Could also be used as some sort of plant denial if you put them right on the default spots.
Stay clear of ADS line of fire. Feed up and running.
Alright, and now as you see here, they've set themselves up pretty conservatively, I'd say. 4 members of their team are all on-site or adjacent, and scratch that 3 as Worthy is now moving off-site. I don't know to where. He seems a bit restless, I'd say. Now just playing at the top of main, and then the only one really roaming is Casper as Jaeger. He's being droned out here, trying to push back, trying to hopefully waste some more time as Casper is lower there, but I believe the Ash all the way in service. Damage drop-off didn't really save him. He's only up to half his normal health, and just gets picked off there by Dark Paradise. I don't think he actually was expecting that. Sprinted right into it as Pose takes out King, and it's now a 4v4 evened up here. With that, the diffuser is actually down in the middle of Sunrise. That's not a good way for him to go out, but it does appear that it will be an easy recovery, actually, for Villain Esports. Begin now trying to push forward. I'm not sure to where exactly, as I believe the Zofia v Hypnotic got good there, and don't know exactly what Villain's trying to do here. Just trying to push forward, trying to make some sort of progress as they've cleared out all of the first floor, still waiting on the second floor. Alright, another fast charge going out here. I believe that's the second of 3. I could be wrong on that assessment. It would be the first actually onto that barricade, trying to push out anybody in hookah, trying to find somebody, something. Now begin getting a kill there onto Worthy. Sorry that I didn't catch that, folks, but it's now a 3v4 man advantage here for Villain as they're now looking to take the rest of the top floor. Sneaking up on the objective here would be Hypnotic, going down that VIP hallway. Just trying to figure out where everybody is as all of VIP is finally taken out, or taken control of by actually Villain. Kid takes down Stretchy, and there goes the mute. It's up to just Tempered and Pose here. Tempered using a smoke babe there, trying to stop the push from VIP hallway, hearing it. I believe he's trying to now rotate and watch that. Just looks to keep the hallway. Gets taken down as a result, loses one smoke babe as Pope trades almost, or Pose takes down Dark Paradise, gets a 3K now into Kid, but Hypnotic trades him. Unfortunately, that very strong plays there actually from Pose, getting a 3K. Almost getting more than half the enemy team, but unfortunately the numbers game is catching up to Rose Gaming here, and they are now down 2-0. Alright, and now for this third round we will see a kitchen attempt by actually Rose. They've switched off of top floor, off of Hook. I believe they think that that site is a bit cursed for them, which is unsurprising. They have not been doing so well there. Currently have a 0% success rate, if you wanted to put it that way. Bringing a dock, interesting as Worthy. I don't think that that's normal for them. You don't normally see that. You'd usually think that there would be a Wamai play, maybe even a mute being brought out, which there is, and maybe a Mozzie to combine with that to get some additional drone denial, but instead a pocket pick a bit of a dock. That might be Worthy attempting to spawn peek at the beginning of this round, but could be wrong on that assessment of this round here. And as you see, the smoke of Tempered once again setting himself up on side with that shield. Hopefully going to be making an impact for his team. In the past, he'd been doing very strongly for them as their fragger, but now I believe to settle into support now, either just because he's having a bad day or because they don't have a very strong support at the moment. I believe outside of that, they're strutting themselves out throughout the rest of the first floor. Really have 3 members on site, 4 members on site, and then the last one roaming all the way up on the top floor would be Casper as Jaeger. As you see here, Villain trying to push from main lobby, I believe, trying to get that set up, setting an air jab there. Since that Nomad has been not banned, or was the best way to put it, since Nomad was not banned, it allows them to be able to hold those flanks a lot more effectively. As you see, hasn't really been a major factor in these rounds, but it's definitely allowing them at least some peace of mind in where they're pushing. Alright, and as you see here, about a minute in, Worthy trying to hold down the bathroom as 3 members, more than half of the defending team of Rose is actually all on site, just holding similar angles. A bit of a waste. You'd think that they would want one more person at least on the stock line. This kid gets lowered there from the kitchen window by Pose. Now trying to peek that again. About a minute and a half left as Begin gets a vertical angle here onto Pose, but Worthy takes down Dark, and it's now a 4v4 evened up in here. Not necessarily a trade, but close enough, really. Evened it up, but the Legion is probably the better pick, really. So I believe the Villain got the upper hand of that, and as Casper gets a pick there onto King, and there goes the primary roam clear. They're going to have to deal with that for sure. Again, now trying to find an angle here, playing vertical, get baited out of Nitro a few moments ago. Now just going to be trying to find somebody, trying to find something. Saying it's hammer time, opening up the floor, trying to find some sort of vertical angles. Almost finds, I believe, Worthy in the bathroom. Worthy realizing that has to move out of the way, trying to not get picked off by that. But will need to be Nothing to worry about. Hypnotic here just sitting right by that as Worvy taken down by Begin. I believe that Doc stim that he had put himself was really fruitless. Lost at least 2 stims while still on him. At least 1. Now Tempered doesn't even notice the sledge of Begin and gets pays for it. There's Hypnotic finishes him off, but it got an assist there from Begin by fragging him out. Just some simple obliviousness, if that is a word. I believe it is. About 25 seconds left here for Villain. They need to make a push soon. It's a 2v3. They have a man advantage. Stretchy is the only one left on site. Casper is holding Courtyard as Stretchy gets a kill there onto Kid. It's now 2v2. Now, as you see here, pushing into site would be Hypnotic. Has to pull out a Legion Mine. They don't have Diffuser. Casper just needs to hide, really. I believe Casper hearing that, sitting himself in main lobby. Again, as the Diffuser, though, I believe Casper hearing it, getting hard pings from his teammates, pushing into bathroom, trying to find somebody, trying to find something, as Plant will be stuck there by Villain. Hypnotic swings it and takes down Casper, and this round will go to Villain Esports. It's now 3-0. They have a very strong lead here. Interesting round there. A lot of very quick picks and seemingly lack of attention, really. Interesting to see the Jackal get picked off without even roam clearing, really. Didn't win that gunfight, which he, at least in my opinion, should have. Needed to get that roam cleared, but ultimately it was in vain, really. Casper unable to clutch it up as Jaeger on the roam has been mainly ignored here by Villain. He's not holding the important areas that he needs to hold, actually. Instead of just getting a pick and then rotating away, and I mean, I'm sure that helps them. Makes it a bit easier in the late game, but still, not holding those important areas means that they're easily able to get the vertical angles, which is what happened there. And that led to losing Worvy and losing the smoke of Tempered, who I believe died with all 3 smoke games still on him, which is a terrible way to go out. Speaking from my own experience as a smoke man, you want to be using all 3 of your smokes, or as many of your smokes as you can before you die. It's better that you waste 2 of them than die with 2 of them still on you.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm just curious who's still watching at this point, because I have 1 person. But now, as you see here, going to top floor again will be actually...
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
will be Rose Gaming. I don't know why I was sort of tipping my tongue there for a moment, but I finally figured it out, and this is their 3rd attempt. They're currently 0-2 on this site. I believe they are desperately trying to get a win here, but they are certainly poised to get this round win. At least that's what the optimists say, and that's what I'm going to believe here, is they've put themselves up in an interesting way. I believe they have some sort of ADS over there by the dronal. I don't know what that is exactly. Just a light, actually, I believe. As the Jaeger here holding Smoke Shield has the reinforcement behind him to cover him. Fortunately, I don't know if that's safe to be playing, considering that there's Courtyard all the way above him, and that might have a high enough angle that he would be able to be sniped without even realizing it, really. Unfortunately for them, Smoke people come out there from Pose, slowing down this push here onto Hookah Balcony from the Kid as Nomad. Now, as you see here, Villain trying to take control of Cool Vibes, but Worvy says no thank you, takes down Begin. It's now a 5v4, and now that heavy roam attempt, or heavy roam being played here by Tempered as Legion, is going to just waste the time, actually, of Villain. I don't even know if they're paying attention to him. We'll have to see, as he's now almost drawn out there in blue. Just a bit of not expecting somebody to be playing right there. I don't think that they're aware the Tempered is right around the wall. King just walks right in, finds him, takes him out, doesn't even know. Tempered simply got played there, didn't have enough arms, enough eyes, just got crossfired, and now it's up to Worvy to try and hold down that push there. This very strong incoming push from Villain Esports. They have 2 members there of 4. They're going up both of the stairways, I believe, or at least attempting to. Now the Alibi just playing in the corner there, trying to find somebody. Will Potato, as Casper, I believe, actually attracting their attention now, has to rotate away. I don't even think they even noticed. Actually, they're not even paying attention to him. However, the Jackal of King noticed, and he gets a double kill there onto Casper. He's been doing a lot of work, at least this round. Has not used his utility as the Inox, but still has been getting those kills, clearing the roam out. Now about 30 seconds left. Stretchy, I believe, losing some damage to either a friendly smoke wave from Pose, who's now down to one smoke wave. Gets a kill there onto Dark. He's holding down Aqua Bar successfully for his team as Worthy gets a kill there onto Hypnotic for a double kill. Snook's coming out here from King. Bit early actually. King getting a 3K now onto Stretchy as Worthy takes down Kid. It's up to just King here on a 1v2. 15 seconds left. He doesn't have smokes to cover him. He used them right there. Bit of a waste, I'd say. Now trying to find the kill, but will be swung by Worthy for the 3K, and the round will go to Rose. It is now 1-3. Villain is still in the lead. Interesting round there. I honestly thought that it would have been going the way of actually Villain, but this could be the beginning of a comeback actually for Rose. They managed to bring that back simply by having enough numbers. It seems to be the key to winning these rounds, is just having the numbers advantage on the other team, which initially actually was in the favor of Villain, as you saw there, I believe a 4v3 for a moment, but then Worthy managed to bring it back with that 3K, even though he was competing with King for when it comes to kills, at least in that round. But fortunately the numbers were just in the favor somehow, I believe, off of just getting kills without any refrags for Rose. No refrags from Villain on those kills, and so it unfortunately went from a man advantage their way to a man advantage to Rose, and Kid unable to catch up and unable to really safely plant. Didn't have enough time, didn't have a really safe position.
5 seconds to insertion.
Now, as you see here, Rose going to first floor, once again going to kitchen. Currently 0-for-1, I believe, on this site. We'll have to see if they can catch up, if they can get this round for them or not. As you see here, I believe setting up an angle actually onto the kitchen window through this small hole all the way up to courtyard. And this platform, the only problem with that is that it's terribly exposed to roof. So if there's anybody there, you're dead meat. There's no cover for you, nothing. You have to watch out for quite a few angles if you decide to anchor there. At the very least, it's going to be some intimidation from Rose onto Villain as to pushing that window. Now I believe Hypnotic once again hopping up in the rappel. They're trying to make some sort of push from service door, but has yet to do anything really, as Worthy holding bathroom once again, this time with Jaeger, being droned out by the Nomad of Kid. About a minute in, as Kid manages to pick off Worthy through the drone hole. Amateur mistake. You'd usually think that somebody would see that, I suppose, but just simple errors there from Rose, and now they're in a 5v4 and only a minute in. Lucky that it was not somebody such as Stretchy or Tempered who managed to die, or Casper really. But once again, a dock being played, this time by Casper. I don't know why they're bringing the dock out. He's a bit of a wasted pick. You'd usually see somebody such as a bandit maybe, or a smoke in his place. They've also brought a castle. I don't know where those castle barricades are exactly. I can't find them. Stretchy taken down and out thanks to Hypnotic there. It's now a 3v5. This is not looking so hot for Rose Gaming. Temper needs to return to site soon, but doesn't even matter. Chopped off there by Dark Paradise. It's a 2v5 up to just Pose and Tempered here. Hypnotic getting a double kill into Tempered. It's up to just Pose here in a 1 versus all situation. I'm sure he had a few nightmares about this, but nightmares have come true, and now as you see there's one of the castle barricades. Smoke's coming out there from Pose, as Pose gets a kill onto King, but Kid looking for the plant now, I believe being covered by the smoke, as well as being covered by suppressive fire from Dark, now trying to make some sort of movements here. He doesn't know where they are. He only has the hard things from his teammates. Tries to take down Dark, but it doesn't even matter. Dark gets the double kill and the round for Villain. It is now 4-1 Villain in a strong lead here. So who's watching, out of curiosity? I'm just wondering. But whoever it is, I might as well make a bit of conversation with you. As you see here, it's almost the end of the first half of this game. The first half of this game, and it is obviously a series point for these two teams. So really, both teams under quite a bit of pressure. But I don't know if it's just a bad day here for Rose, or if they're off their game, or if this isn't a map for them, or what really, because they are not doing so well right now. They are down 4-1. And admittedly, this is a bit more of an attacking focused map since this is a frag heavy map, but really it could go either way. You usually see 4-2 attack or 3-3 tie, but instead this is shaping up to be either 5-1 or 4-2. 4-2 would be expected, would be usual, but this is not looking so hot for them. And now, as you see here, and just preliminary, just thinking about it, this is most likely going to be going 5-1 for Villain. They're going to, instead of going to Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar as many teams do, which admittedly is a difficult site to hold on its own, they're going to an even more difficult site, going to Penthouse and Theater, which is usually a site that you never want to go. I don't know if they have a strat or something for it, which is why they're going there, or what exactly, because this is a very difficult site to hold. It's all influenced by this big window here. If you want to have, as well as if somebody controls this big window, they can actually lock off any real anchors in Penthouse. If they want to stop a default plant in either behind the bar or behind the sofa, bed, or behind the sofa, they need to actually open up these walls right here between the two sides. But if they open those up, then it makes anchoring in Theater a lot more difficult as well because of those additional sight lines. So really it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of moment, as I believe a frag grenade or an impact coming out there from one of the two teams. I believe it would have been an impact from Casper. Speaking of which, King taking down Casper, and there goes the Wamai. That's one of their two throwable denial operators, and that's one of the more influential ones, I'd say, is the fact that he only got down 2, at most 3 of his magnets means that he's not going to have as big of an impact on the round as he should. So it's really up to just Jaeger when it comes to stopping those frag grenades, stopping the air jabs, and then the impacts and ash charges and stuns. Wervy trading, actually, taking down King. It's now 4v4. I don't know exactly how. I believe he had a vertical angle, and now frag grenade coming out there. Wervy managing to dodge it as the vertical angles being set up, and actually those mirror windows were popped there, I believe, from below. I could be wrong, but I do believe actually from outside, as see your Kid approaching site now, not Kid, Dark with the diffuser as Ash takes down Stretchy, pops those windows in, now runs into site and gets taken down there by the Bandit actually, and that's not good. Tempered now is actually has the diffuser and it's in the objective, so really they need to play for frags at this point. They're in a 3v3. All 3 of the remaining members of Villain are all banged up. All the 3 remaining members actually of Rose all have full health, I believe, or almost full health, so this is not a good situation to be in. They don't have the diffuser, they're running low on time, they're all low on health, so they need to be taking these gunfights cautiously. They need to be taking them in a smart manner, since smartly is not a word. There goes Kid, actually TKing begin, but takes down Wervy. So, suppose he evened it out. I don't think that TK on to begin was intentional. Leave a Hypnotic trying to push in from Hall of Fame here. Spots Tempered, cleans his clock. It's up to just Pose here. Hypnotic swings it. Pose tries to crouch spam, but it doesn't even matter. You see here, Hypnotic getting a double kill. Might have been even a 3K. Finishing it off with killing Pose, and it's now 5-1 split at half. This is not looking good for Rose Gaming. I was about to say a different team name, but that would be incorrect, actually. Now, looking at half scoreboard real quick. Hypnotic leading his team with 12 kills, going 12-1. 12.0 KD. 12-12-12, if you wanted to just mock me for mentioning it so much. And then next person down would actually have just under half his kills, which would be 6. King with 5. Wervy leading his team with 6 kills. Next person on would be Pose with 4. Just over half of his kills. Yeah, these two teams are switching at half. We'll have to see how they do. I don't believe either of these teams are really all that strong on one specific side or the other. They're not a team where they can do very poorly on defense and do great on the attack, or vice versa. Really, they seem to be a bit more generalist, I'd say. And now, as you see here, Villain going to actually going to top floor, going to hookah and billiards. We'll have to see if they can hold it successfully. In that first half, Rose was unable to. Did not win a single round on... Actually, they did. They were 1 for 2. Or 1 for 3. Or, in other words, 1 and 2, really. So, they were very much hit and miss on this site. We'll have to see if Villain can be a bit more consistent, can be a bit better on this site. Once again, another unique shield placement here, this time in billiards, I believe, trying to get a pixel angle, actually, onto Cool Vibes. Now, Dark trying to move that around, trying to get it fixed, I believe, but Poe's actually taking down Hypnotic off of, I believe, a counter spawn peak. It's now a 5v4. This is not good for Villain. It's not a great way... It's not a great thing to lose somebody off of a spawn peak, to be in that 4v5 situation for the entire round, as well as losing an operator such as Wamai, whose utility becomes more influential over time, since it is on a timer, or time generation loop, if you want to use that term. And now Smoke Wave coming out there from Dark already, only a minute in it, not even a minute in, 30 seconds in, about 40 to be a bit more accurate, but Worthy now has to stop for that smoke wave, and as you hear the smoke holding the angle, it doesn't even matter. Worthy takes him down. There goes Dark, and he's lost 2 smoke waves with him. That's another 20 seconds on the execute. A good smoke player, as some people may know, a good smoke player can actually deny 30 seconds of the round using those smoke waves, or 30 seconds of a push, really, using them. But unfortunately, losing those 2 smoke waves means an extra 20 seconds on the execute. Really, the team on the attack should actually make note of the fact that there is that there. There's 30 seconds. If they know a smoke is playing, they need to subtract 30 seconds from the timer, because they should presume that that will actually be taken up by the man with the canisters. Now, as you see here, Stretchy going for a plant, being covered actually, at least audio-wise, by those track stingers. Now Stretchy, I believe, will be sticking it. It's now 5v3 as Dark and Hypnotic are out for their team, as Kid will take down Casper. It's a 4v3, but still, the diffuser is down. They need to deal with those track stingers as well, which have locked off any real entryway into hookah outside of a run out from billiards, Sun Pool entrance, which seems unlikely. As you see here, King just swinging it, getting stunned, I believe, twice now. Kid taken down and out, as well as Stretchy managing to, not Worthy taking down Begin, but Worthy gets a 3K this time onto King. What a way to open up this first half. A kill with the track stingers from Stretchy, as well as the 3K from Worthy, just a 360. I don't think he was initially aware that there was somebody there, and then taunting Villain, I believe, for that. But I suppose adding a bit of spice there to his kills. It's now 5-2. Villain is still with a strong lead. We'll have to see if they can keep that momentum going. Going to Kitchen this time, I believe, giving up that site, really. At least for now. We'll have to see if they retry it later. Now, interesting enough, Maestro being picked again. I believe there was picked one round by, actually, Rose earlier in their defensive half, but
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
alright, and now as you see here, Kitchen Order, as I mentioned, bringing a Jaeger, bringing the smoke, bringing the Legion to slow down the attack, as well as the Melusi, I believe, trying to just waste the time here and prevent an entry, or at least slow an entry from I don't know why I'm spending so much time thinking about just a single word. From Rose Gaming. They do have smokes, and they do have the track stingers of Stretchy as Gridlock. So we'll have to see if they decide to try that again. They did last time, actually, or the last round, they went straight into sight from the hookah balcony. Just got a quick plant off. I wonder if they're going to be tempting that on as well on this side, but except actually on actually on the service center side. I don't know what they're going to be doing with that.
Drone is ready.
I don't know. Thermite being brought there by Tempered. I don't know why they're bringing a hard reach. This isn't usually a hard reach oriented map. Interesting difference between these two teams is that, namely, I'd say, I suppose he's been pushed onto hard support because of how he's doing today. Worthy sort of carrying his team is about to break into double digits. I don't know if Hypnotic is still in double digits. I don't know why I had thought that he wasn't, because I had mentioned that he was 12-1 at half. I suppose psyching myself out a bit, and now the Malusi actually of Hypnotic looking for some sort of peek there and takes down Pose for it. That's a big pick. A lot of active utility taken down there. I don't think he actually got an air jab down there, so not sure what that exactly is about.
Reloading, cover me.
Kid takes down Casper. It's a now a 2v4. Begin taken down there, but Casper, Worthy, and Pose all out of the round. And there goes Tempered, just pincered there. Crossfires, too many for him. Hypnotic taking him down. It's now a 4v1. That's just stretchy here. Has to deal with almost the entirety of Villain, and this is looking like it's going to be a match point after this round for Villain, or actually serious point, considering this is the deciding match, the culminating map. The climax, I believe, is the correct word. And Hypnotic picks him up. 3K from Hypnotic brings the round in the favor of Villain. 6-2 now. Series point.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Razor wire is deployed. Keep an eye on watching.
All set. Bench deployed.
ATM deployed. Ready to go. Doorway trap. Stay.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Device try. Keep an eye on.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
Alright, folks, and now as you see here, match point actually for Villain. Game point as well. Series point, I believe is the correct term for it. As you see, going to Hookah and Blades, that's going to make attacking at least a bit harder actually for Rose Gaming. They have been in an interesting situation. Kid has sort of put actually his team on his back and is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, getting a lot of the frags. As you see here, Worthy already pushing side as Zofia has opened that up. Might be looking for an early sort of rush plant. I believe Kid now setting himself up below side with a Nitro potentially. He does have a Nitro. I don't know if he's going to be looking for the Nitro kill from below. He doesn't. I don't believe he has a camera on site, any sort of evil eye or anything like that. He does have a Malusi Banshee, but nothing else. And now Hibana looking to get that wall open has opened up some bits and pieces of it. I believe making a bit of a Tetris piece there. As see, Stretchy has also made a bit of an impact on Dark taken down by Worthy. It's now a 5v4, and there goes the smoke. I believe he died with all 3 smoke waves on him. That's a lot of active utility wasted. Now nobody is nearby that site. I believe nobody's actually on site. Everybody playing adjacent. I don't know if I don't know if Rose is aware of that. This could be a major opportunity for them to take back the site and bring themselves a bit closer to winning this match. They do need, however, to win these next 4 rounds if they even want to stand a chance. Hypnotic takes down Stretchy. It's now 4v4 evening up. Pose is lit there. Nitro coming out there from Hypnotic, getting no reception though. I believe Pose trying to find a kill there using a frag grenade, but does not get anything. Now pushing this site will be begin takes down Casper as Worthy is taken out by Hypnotic. It's now just up to Pose and Tempered here. Tempered is on site. He has objective. Pose is down. Hypnotic looking for the 3K here to finish off that kill. Letting his teammate know, I believe. It's up to just Tempered. The entire series is on his shoulders here. And a 1v4. Tries to take down Hypnotic. Doesn't even matter. Gets a 3K at the least. And this series goes to Villain Esports, winning this final map 7-2. Interesting way to close it out, to say the least. Hypnotic almost going 20-2.
GG, boys. GG.
GG.